and welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and today we're going to bring you another episode of our Dresden case study. And today we're going to be covering Dresden coin quilts, right? Basically, it's going to be using our Dresden templates that we've given you in the show notes below, and we're going to have some fun with them. So, but first, we want to talk to you about one of the YouTube channels that I love to watch, and her name is Vicky Holloway. Now I'm going to put a link in the show notes below. Sometimes she does videos, sometimes she just does chats. It's podcast chats, I guess that's what they're called. So, but her channel is really quite lovely, quite interesting to get involved with. Now, with the coin Dresdens that we're going to be doing, you can use any of the templates that I have given you in the show notes below, or you can pull out your great big long rulers, like this is a 15-degree ruler and this is other big rulers that I've got to make your blocks longer, you know, your coin blocks longer. So come on in, let's get to the sewing. Okay, so the ruler we used was this one. Sorry about the glare there. For my blocks, and you can see, you know, I use the entire width of the ruler. And that template you can find in their show notes. But if you don't have this ruler, work with what you've got. Don't go off, and unless you really want to see other rulers, don't go running off. I have this ruler here. I could make my my blocks like 24 inches or 25 inches or whatever at 15 degrees, right? So I could make one 24, and then, you know, because you're sewing fat to skinny end, right? Like, so you're like this. I also have these rulers here, and I kind of like these, but at the same time, you know, like, use what you have on hand. Don't necessarily run out and buy something all the time. Or you can use the templates below. But this makes a very cool little quilt. Now, one of the things I will tell you is I decided to go with more of a wash effect with my quilt. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to sew them like this, right? The fat end to the skinny end, the fat end to the skinny end. And you're going to run them under your sewing machine all the same way. Because if you run one this way and then run one this way, they're not necessarily going to be able to fit together. So what I did is I took them, and here we go back into that needle match. I'm going to sew where I only have a 1/4 inch of that peeking out. Do you see that? Let's see if I can't get that closer to the camera. Okay, only a 1/4 inch of that is going to be peeking out the top. And as well, there's only going to be a 1/4 inch of that peeking out the bottom, right? So I know they're kind of pale, but you can see that. That's where you use needle match the best. That's where it works the best. Because you've got this now where, you know, so now you just simply run it down through, right? Now, these are a little forgiving, I'll give you that, but you're sewing bias on bias, so, you know, be careful not to stretch. Take your time, make sure you come out. Now I use gray thread, and I think gray and black, so I'm hoping you can see this. So, you're going to come out right where they match, where they line up, right, where the two intersect. On both sides. Now here's the black thread. I don't know if you can see that better. Right? And that is going to make, when you open this out and you iron it flat, this is where this comes right across. It's like right flat, flush across. Like there's no, you know, jogging and jagging and all the rest of the stuff, right? So you can either press it open really quickly or press it to one side. I decided with my quilt that I made, because I made a quilt basically in a day doing this, and I decided I was going to press it all one direction. I was going to press all my blocks one direction. So I made 40 blocks of 8, right? So 40 times 8 is what? Oh dear. 320 of these, and then an additional 8. 328 of these Dresdens, right? And I made 8, I went, you know, I sewed 2 together, then 4 together, then 8. I made 40 blocks of 8. Then I laid it out 5 across, or 5 by 8. And then I added on my extra ones on either end. So I've got a different effect. So this didn't take very long to do. Like, I was really quite surprised that I got all this sewing done for this in like 1 day. Because I started yesterday morning cutting. I got all my cutting done. I got all my sewing done. I put it all together. So this came together really fast. I was actually surprised myself how quickly this came together. So let me show you what this all looks like now. So out of this ruler here, this Easy Dresden, that's the long skinny one. For this, I cut 328 Dresdens, right? Then I sewed them together. Now I sewed them together in pairs of 2s and then 4s and then 8s. But I held at the very beginning, I ended up holding back 8. Now I'm going to show you why I held back 8. And I held back 8 very quickly. This came together like so fast. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm done already. I'm done. There's my quilt. There's my coin quilt. Okay. Now with that 8, I was able to put one on all the same ends, right? And then alternate them. So I've left my sides pointed on a bias, because I'm going to use a bias binding for this, and I'll be able to leave this edge like this, right? Like, so I won't have, I could square it up too, but I decided I would do something a little different. But there's my wash of greens. Now, this looks pretty pale, and there's dark spots, there's light spots. I decided when I was sewing this together, I wasn't going to worry about this kind of thing happening where I've got the colors touching, because it looks like a big peak, right? And there's a few other places where colors are touching color, and it's like, it's fine. It'll be lovely. It'll be fun. Nobody will notice it except me. And after a while, I don't even see them where they are, so it's all good. But yeah, we had fun with this. We put some shamrocks in, and we had a great time. So, like I say, 328 blades. You sew 40 blocks of 8 Dresdens. You put them all together the same way, just like 2, 4, 8, right? You hold 8 off, then you sew 8 all on one end, and then you flip and flop, and this is what gives you this design, right? It's different than the tumblers we did the other day, but this looks more like a coins quilt because it's long and narrow, where the tumblers were short and fat. So, and again, any ruler, 15-degree ruler, 18-degree ruler you have, or, you know, use what you have. Don't run out and buy something for this idea. You know, sit and look around your sewing room and go, wow, I have this ruler I haven't used for months, you know, and, you know, pull it out and make it work. So here we are. I hope you had fun with this. I had a lot of fun. I was really surprised how fast it came together. And, we set up a Facebook group, and we are holding polls. We do polls monthly as to which sew date you want for the next month, right? So I give, like, you know, I give you a choice of like Saturdays or whatever day it is that I'm free that month, and, you know, then we vote on who the majority rules as to where we can go. And the sew dates are free. It's a Zoom link. So a bunch of people just sign on, we hang out, we sew, we laugh, we chatter, we tell stories, we ask questions, you know, it's all good. We have a lot of fun in those groups. The first one was in August, and we just had a blast. I was really surprised how many ladies came in and out, and you know, if you can only be there for a short time and say hi, come on in. It was fun. So you guys take care and have a fabulous week sewing, okay? Bye! My husband and I would like to thank you for watching today. We're so happy about the way our channel has grown, and we just want to wish you so well in your journey along with us. Please like, share, and subscribe, and tell your friends. Now, the next thing is this quilt. We are wondering if you guys would like this quilt as a free sew along on this channel this fall, this coming fall, winter. We were kind of thinking that this one would be really fun to do. We could do it in a larger size or a smaller size, it's up to you, but this one was a lot of fun to make. And it's all, it lends itself to being hand stitched, but you can also do this on a sewing machine as well. So let us know in the comments below. Remember, share, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Okay, have a great week ahead. Bye!